So answer me this. What would you guys say if I told you I found a video of the Young Turks with actual logic and facts behind it to debunk Ben Shapiro's argument? Well, if you were to call me a liar, I would actually agree with you, because it would be absolutely bullshit. So that's what I'm about to show you later on. I'm going to show you their attempt to debunk Ben Shapiro's video. So let's just have a look here. We got old Hasan Piker. Let's see what he has to say.
2017 is ending, and you all wanted me to do a year in review. Well, those shits are hacky as hell. So I'm just gonna do a year in review of my new favorite woke prince, Ben Shapiro's year in review. Now, you might recognize Ben Shapiro from the 528,000 videos that come up when you search Ben Shapiro owns on YouTube.
Well, isn't that odd? It looks like it says 526,000, not 528. I mean, obviously, it's a bit inaccurate, but I'll leave you away with it anyway, because obviously, it's just a tiny miscalculation, no big deal. And I'm pretty sure within them videos, you'll actually see him destroy your Uncle Cenk. But that's off topic, and let's have a look and see what else you have to say.
Because that's what he does. He owns liberals. He's a conservative darling, and the New York Times called him a gladiator, and you guys loved the first video that I did. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. Let's go! So Ben's a well-known cuck-servative. And
well, look at that. A cuck-servative. That's a new one. Especially coming from the fellow who's actually a cuck. Sorry, mate. Go find your own meme or be original and come up with your own, yeah? Because cuck is our word. And the word cuck refers to people like you.
He's famous for turning college campuses, not being able to host them, into a constitutional debate on national television, and then suckering public universities into dropping close to $500,000 in security fees every time he decides to create one of these ownage videos where he dunks on liberal college freshmen.
Well, Hasan, it's pretty simple. If you would keep the people that you refer to as the good guys, you know, Antifa, if you would tell them to stop being violent, then maybe it would be a lot cheaper. Because they literally gave death threats to Ben Shapiro, threatened to kill him. Not to mention, I thought you were against transphobia. You just called her a freshman. I'm pretty sure your side of the political spectrum wants to ban the word freshman and put it down as fresh person. Yeah, and who's the cook?
Biological, but gender is a completely different thing.
No, gender is not disconnected from sex, so.
It's still from society.
Okay, no.
Hang on, Hasan. What was that, mate? What was that? I'll tell you exactly what it was. That's my new background. The poor chap's triggered, look at him. He's carped. Right. Well, let's proceed anyway. I'm gonna leave him be triggered in the background. Go on.
Oh, it is not in the mind, okay? You're not a man if you think you're a man.
Woohoo! Fuck! Fuck, it's so good! Fuck, give us more! Give me more of that ownage!
Oh, I see what it is. It's a reenactment from when he had a debate and literally ruined your uncle. That's what it was. All right. I remember that. That's probably why you're crying about it.
Why aren't you 60?
That's a dumb question, Ben. She's not 60, Ben. Why aren't you 60? Did you guys get that? He said, why aren't you 60? Because she's not 60.
Exactly. It kind of proved his point. It was a pretty decent comparison. It's the fact that you cannot identify as 60 if you're not 60. The same way you cannot identify as the opposite sex if you are not the opposite sex. It is not rocket science. It's simple biology and observational science.
Why can't you identify as 60?
It's not the same as gender. You can't just...
You're right. Age is significantly less important than gender.
Oh! Okay, so in all seriousness, it really shows us how dumb society is when a person whose best retort is no, and then also some other oversimplified analogy that has nothing to do with addressing the question itself, and this is the best conservatives have to offer.
You know, Hasan, I completely agree. It really does show us how dumb society is. See, the reason why is because that wasn't the best analogy he could come up with. It was a valid comparison to show you how absurd it is for you to think you can change your gender. It's absurd to think you can change your gender. And it's also absurd to think that you can change your age. It's not rocket science. It's simply biology and observational science.
Yeah, biological differences exist. We all know this. Look at other societies. We all know that gender is a social construct.
Okay, Hasan. Gender is a social construct. So is facts and science. But that doesn't mean they're any less true. You cannot be something you aren't. Therefore, if you claim to be a male, but you have a vagina, you will die a female. That there is called facts and biology. It's not that difficult. And by the way, thank you for showing us that other cultures have gender dysphoria. I'm pretty sure it happens.
For example, to American society, I'm a Muslim heterosexual cisgender male. But on Instagram, I'm simply a thick daddy. Or a thought.
Christ, mate, that literally made me cringe. Jesus.
Yeah, for a guy who hates sex, you sure like to talk a lot about it, Ben.
My question is, where did you gather the conclusion that he hates sex? Nobody said that. He never said that.
Which leads us to what happens as a result of sex. Abortion.
The morality of abortion does not change based on need. The fact that she's poor and needs an abortion doesn't change whether she's rich or needs an abortion or poor.
This is one of my favorite conservative tropes where people falsely equate a female having autonomy over her own body to murder.
Yeah, mine too, Hasan. Because if you ask me, I'm pretty sure you're your own person. And when you were in your mother's womb, I'm pretty sure you weren't your mother, and I'm pretty sure if she literally would have aborted you, that would have been murder because you wouldn't be here now. But of course, you're not going to say that now, are you?
But these staunch anti-abortion weirdos quickly lose interest in the sanctity of human life once the babies are actually born.
Oh yes, because I have no compassion for other people because of my politics, right? Yeah, definitely. Thanks for that bigoted conclusion. We call it virtue signaling 101.
And the baby's a fucking welfare queen, or a thug, or even worse than all of that, a liberal.
The abortion argument really comes down to, do you think this is a life or not? If you don't think it's a life, you can do whatever you want with it. If you think it's a life, you can't do anything with it.
Yes, Ben, this is true. And first trimester babies are not life.
Alright then, Hasan, let me stop you right here. We'll have a look at a first trimester abortion procedure and then we'll come to the conclusion whether it's a life or not. How's that?
My name is Dr. Anthony Levatino. I'm a practicing obstetrician-gynecologist and I've performed over 1,200 abortions. Today I'm going to describe a first trimester surgical abortion called suction DNC, dilatation and curettage. This is the most frequently performed abortion and is used typically from 5 to 13 weeks of pregnancy. After administering anesthesia, the abortionist uses a speculum like this. This is placed inside the vagina and opened using this screw on the side, allowing the abortionist to see the cervix, the entrance to the uterus. The cervix acts as a gate that stays closed for the duration of pregnancy, protecting the baby until it is ready for birth. The abortionist uses a series of metal rods called dilators, like these, which increase in thickness, and inserts them into the cervix to dilate it, gaining access to the inside of the uterus where the baby resides. The baby has a heartbeat, fingers, toes, arms, and legs, but its bones are still weak and fragile.
I don't think Hasan Piker heard that last bit. Can you repeat yourself, please?
The baby has a heartbeat, fingers, toes, arms, and legs, but its bones are still weak and fragile.
So, what were you saying now, Hasan? I forget. Where did we leave off?
Can they live outside the body if the mother dies? No, not life.
Okay, well, if somebody's in a coma, if they pull a plug, can they still live off the machine? No. But guess what? That's still a human being. And there's you being ironic again. Demonizing Ben Shapiro for comparisons, and look, you just did the same thing yourself. Ooh, look at that, Hasan. You got destroyed by me, mate. Ooh.
They harass me on social media saying shit like, oh, Ben's gonna own your ass. No, not life. Facts don't care about your feelings, bitch.
Good God, man. Hasan, this video is a major flop, buddy.
Moving back to this really dumb video where the narrator is almost as good as the owns that Ben is delivering.
The student then asks if Ben Shapiro, yes, Ben Shapiro, would donate to Planned Parenthood.
No, she didn't ask if Ben Shapiro, of all people, would donate.
No, because they killed babies. They killed 300,000 unborn children a year. No, I don't donate to a baby genocidal organization.
Nice to know Ben cares about unborn babies more than Palestinians. Or immigrants. Oh, step on him! Gang, gang!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Palestinian people care less about their own children. After all, I've seen multiple videos of Palestinians sending their children to Israeli troops to be shot so they can then record it and try their best to get the world's sympathy. And to be honest with you, as far as the Israeli-Palestinian conflict goes, I have no opinion, but truth's the best.
Okay, calm down. So far, we got through all of this ownage with only a minor aneurysm, but I don't know what might come next, because this is about to be the #1 Ben Shapiro own of this year.
Why exactly do you think a first trimester fetus has moral value?
Because whether you consider it a potential human life or a full-on human life, it has more value than just a cluster of cells. If left to its natural processes, it will grow into a baby.
Okay, so Ben's playing a game of one simple truth to draw you in, followed by the Ben hole.
Are you really sure you want to go with Ben Hole?
Yes, I'm sure that we're going with Ben hole. It's good, people like it, it's Ben's hole. Or, as this narrator calls it,
Ben then goes full Shapiro.
never go full Shapiro.
Apparently, full Shapiro costs $500,000.
The funny part about this, it looks like you're having extreme difficulty even debating him while you stop his videos and rebuttal it. You had plenty of time to think about it. But it looks like you're still having extreme difficulty doing so. That's pretty sad. I mean, we all seen what he's like in person, one-on-one. Your uncle literally... It's pretty sad what the hell happened to him, honestly, but... Jeez, mate. You still can't even debate the man, even when you have complete and total control of his video. Womp, womp, womp.
I think we both agree that adult human life has intrinsic value. Can we start from that premise?
Okay, Ben's doing it. He's doing it. We're in the hole.
If you are in a coma from which you may awake, can I stab you?
Well, then, no. I guess not.
I'm glad you answered that, because I have no interest in actually murdering you.
Yes, you're not a Muslim nor a thug. Just a liberal I'm about to murder with logic and reasoning.
I agree,
like
it is
going to be
potential
something-
sentience. You know what else is potential sentience? Being a fetus.
Here, I'm going to do the Ben argument to wrap this up. Do you think Adolf Hitler's fetus has the same intrinsic moral value to you and society as a whole as your father's comatose body?
No, it is not.
Well, thank you for making my point. Facts don't care about your feelings. I'm Ben Shapiro. Please don't forget to follow Hasan, who definitely broke me and owned me in this argument, at Hasan Piker on Instagram and on Twitter at Hasan the Hun. And this has been The Breakdown.
Yeah, great job. Definitely rebutted Ben Shapiro, alright. The only thing you really did was make fun of his tactics, which doesn't really do much. But yeah, don't follow Hasan Piker. Well, do if you want to laugh anyway. That's what I do. And make videos about it. But yeah, I'll tell you what you can do. Like, share, subscribe. Like my Facebook, Instagram. I freaking got everything on there. Twitter, the whole lot. So give us an old like. The Rational Thinker, yeah? If not, I don't care. You can suck me 2 stones all the same. Yeah, great job, Hasan. Sarcastically speaking, of course.